I want to say something a little crazy, but I've actually stopped cleaning the inside of my coop on a weekly basis. And instead, I clean it once a year. And we're going to be cleaning it today, which is why we're looking already a little sweaty. And what's crazy about this is when I started doing it, my coop actually smells less and it's easier to maintain. What is this method called? It's the deep litter method. And we're going to jump into it today. So, you ready to get a little dirty? Okay, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about what the deep litter method is. It is actually adding to the coop instead of cleaning and taking away. And by adding to your coop, we're adding types of bedding, maybe some compost materials, but nothing stinky or smelly. Just leaves, all of our browns really, maybe some greens so that our chickens can peck at it. Sometimes I'll put little treats in there so they can scratch at it and they do some of the work for you. But the main goal here is really to create a compost layer at the bottom of your coop. And then once you've built it up, we're starting it in the spring, in the winter, it will actually heat your coop. No electricity or heat lamps or anything needed. And we've been doing this for years. Today, we're starting our deep litter method, and I always start it off in the spring. The spring is the best time to start it off because it really creates a fresh time period. So usually when days start to get pretty warm and there's no freezing temperatures at night, I will do the coop clean out. And the reason why I do it now is really, one, I no longer need that heated compost system. Two, I can start to remove that out and move it on to my stage 2 of composting their bedding. And 3, it gives it enough time to create a solid base for winter. So by the time our cold temperatures start to come in, I actually have the whole method set up to keep the coop warm, which fortunately or unfortunately, that means today is going to be pretty dirty. Although hopefully not too dirty. So let's talk a little bit about how my coop is set up right now to enable us to do this. And if you don't have this set up, you can think about it for future iterations. Right here, we have a nice, about 6-inch board. And this is our deep litter method board here that keeps all of our bedding in here and makes it so that I can keep piling up. But then it also makes it really easy where hopefully, this is actually our first year with this coop. We used to have a different one, so it was a completely different method. Hopefully I can just scrape a lot of it out into a wheelbarrow, and the wheelbarrow should fit underneath here. That's how my husband built the coop. So fingers crossed it works. So what we'll do is we'll actually empty out everything from the coop. We really only have this one cinder block here. Last night I took some old eggs out, and the reason we had this is we had our water in there in the winter, and you really do not want your deep litter to get wet. That is the worst thing that can happen to it because then you can start to grow mold and other gooky things. So you want to try to keep it really nice and dry. So stage 1 is going to be cleaning out this guy. Our wheelbarrow fits underneath there, just like the goal. Whew, I would say that is one of my least favorite tasks of the year, and I'm glad that I only have to do it once a year. But what I've done now is I've basically cleaned the entire coop. I did leave some bedding on the ground. I think it's nice to leave some because it starts a nice bit of the system to actually start composting again. So it's already kind of started that process in there, and then you have a little bit that you're kind of starting with traction on. Now, if you're noticing that there's any big wet spots, any really hard lumps, like underneath the roof, sometimes we'll get hard clumps of poo kind of in there, get that out. We don't want that type. But if there's parts of some of the bedding, especially if maybe you just put some new bedding in not too long ago, we can leave some of that in. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our layer of fresh new bed. But first, let's move this over to our compost pile. So what I do is I'll either do 2 things. One, if it's not too bad, usually that first layer, I'll take it and I'll put it straight into my run outdoors. And that way they kind of have some new scratchings, a little bit of absorbent materials. So I use wood shavings for all of my bedding, and it kind of creates just a nice base in their outdoor run. If I have too much left over, which usually every single year I do, then I actually start a pile and I built a new compost bin and I started to just add them to there. Now you really want to let those cool off for at least 6 to 8 months before you use them to be gardening in, because you just don't want all of that in your garden, and it's not really that great for the plants until it's had a nice cool off period. What I'll usually do is kind of keep it in there until it gets a nice, good compostable soil that I can work with, and then I'll go ahead and use that in the garden maybe a year or 2 years from now. So let's take that over. Now we're gonna get our fresh bedding. Now I will use wood shavings. There's a few different types of beddings that you can use. I definitely do not suggest cedar bedding for chicken coops. It's just not a great quality for the chicks if they eat it. And then I don't really suggest straw. You can do straw, but it really does not get rid of the moisture. It kind of just collects it, and then you have soggy straw. It's a mess. It's not great. Yeah, I mean, I would use wood shavings. You could just go to your local feed store, Tractor Supply, and they can suggest one for you, and that's a nice quality. And then all I'll do here is I'll just sprinkle this around. You want to get around 4 to 6 inches of a nice bedding start for your coop. And then every week, every 2 weeks, we'll top it off with something. Throughout the year, you can add a few different things. You can add nice greens. What's nice about adding greens is you can add them, and then your chickens will actually peck at it, and they'll help you with the deep litter, because you really need to go in every week and kind of just take a rake it around, move it, similar to how you would need to do with compost. I need to add another bag, but now I'm going to add my deep litter method blocker here. Next up, my husband will switch this over to our summer door. This is our winter door. Really unnecessary to do this, but our summer door does have more openings in it. It's more of like chicken wire screening on there. So there's a lot more ventilation in the coop. We noticed that when we built this, we just needed a lot more ventilation, especially in the summer heat. It was just getting so hot in there. And that was kind of what allows for the most wind to go in. Now, once I've added that layer, sometimes I will add some diatomaceous earth on there. It just helps it create a little bit cleaner of a scenario. But let's talk about how to make sure that we're prepping this for the winter so that it actually lasts all year long. Now, tip number 1 is always make sure that you have a nice deep litter. Now that means 4 to 6 inches on your first litter that you're putting in, and then every couple of weeks you're adding more to it. Any brown types of materials, extra actual chicken bedding, leaves in the fall are going to be great. Like I said, some of those greens. And then make sure that you're always turning it. Every week, just get in there, a quick turn. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just turn, go. You don't need to do anything else. And if you're putting in little chicken treats or scraps, then maybe your chickens are doing a little bit for you, and they're helping you not have to do any time in there as well. Another trick is we always need to keep it dry. Do not add any water. Now, in the winter, we will have our water in there just because it's nice, warm, and that way we actually don't have to get a heated watering system. We have a nice thermal water system, and I'll link it down below. I absolutely love it, and it never froze. But what you need to keep in mind is if you are going to have your water in there, we keep it nice and raised a little bit, and we just clean up some of the bedding around it so that doesn't actually get wet, because that can really ruin the system. You get mold, you get awfulness, and that you really just don't want. And lastly, you need to check for ammonia. Ammonia is not great. You need to make sure that you have good ventilation in your coop. That means ventilating screens like we have up here. That means having a nice screened door, or doing anything so you can get fresh air into your coop and really removing that. Because the last tip to make sure that your bedding is going to last all the way through winter is making sure that you're looking out for ammonia. You want to have great ventilation in your coop build so that this can really help deter that. But you can also help this by just stirring and adding some more dry shavings on top. This is going to help cut back on the ammonia, which really just isn't great to have started in your coop system for your chickens or for you when you're going in there and cleaning anything out. Real talk, I know it sounds crazy not cleaning out your coop, but as long as you're keeping up with adding dry bedding, you're watching out for any ammonia, you're adding in some good ventilation, you're keeping everything dry, and you're adding fresh bedding and turning it, then you really should have no problems, and it should be a lot easier of a system for you, as well as maybe a little more cost effective, especially when the winter comes and you don't have to heat it. We've been doing this for years, and it's created a lot of great compost, it's created happy chickens, and a happy mama because I don't have to do as much work. If you like this type of content, you love chickens, you love raising them and starting your own backyard homestead, then definitely subscribe, comment down below if you like chicken content, and I'll keep posting more of it. And have a good day. Bye.